work culture, or the environment in which we work, is very unique from office to office, employment to employment. And I'm sure in each of your careers you've experienced the same, that as you come into an office space, as you come onto the work site, you'll find that there is kind of this unspoken rule of how we're going to interact and work together. This even becomes more noticeable or broad when you start to interact with people from other cities and other cultures, perhaps other countries, when you're interacting with people that are from, let's say, the UK, Europe, the United States, Canada, if you're working with individuals in Australia and India. As you go around the world, you're going to find that each of these individuals have different expectations of the work environment, different relationships with their coworkers, and we just need to be sensitive of that. One of these places that it becomes more obvious is when you have cross-department or cross-country meetings with perhaps even other companies. And as you have these meetings, it's very important to make sure that these cultural norms that may exist in their business also are addressed or at least recognized as you're collaborating. So for example, it's how you communicate. In a meeting, it may be customary that someone's not spoke or doesn't speak until spoken to, or it may be that they don't speak unless their hierarchy, their management or boss is involved or speaking something or addresses them to say something. So what we want to do is just make sure that we become sensitive to and aware of these so that we can best then engage with and work with one another to actually get the most out of the working relationships we have. The one thing that I can definitely stress is none of this is necessarily right or wrong or better or not, because they each come with their, let's say, their benefits and perhaps their downsides. But together, these cultures are unique, they're important, and they are what make up each of these businesses that we interact with. So as you become more and more involved with people in different cultures, more and more involved with businesses that are not your own company, you're going to be paying attention to and should notice these things so that you can better interact with and engage with people on the other side of the table, whether it be a remote viewing where you're engaging via video or actually in person. These types of conversations need to actually exist where you're conscious of who they are and what culture they're from. Are they coming from a very proper, prim and proper professional environment? Are they more casual? Are they more lax in their comings and goings as to the meetings, in their conversation, or are they a little bit more direct and to the point? All these things quickly become very obvious, and you can leverage them or use them to your benefit to get things furthered along in the business discussion. All of this is meant to actually accomplish two things: maintain great relationships with those people we're collaborating with and get things done. But if we can do it in a fun or a professional, if we can get it in a direct or an indirect way, that's what we need to be sensitive to as we're actually addressing and interacting with one another. So just understand this: if it's about business, it is universal. Take care.